Gone are the days of Weight Watchers and Slimming World. Today, weight loss medications like Ozempic, Wegovy and Mounjaro are taking the spotlight. But here's the catch. While these meds deliver impressive results on the scales, there is an important side effect that is not being talked about enough, and that is muscle loss. So in today's video, I'm going to share 4 powerful strategies that will help protect your muscle and help you get the most out of your weight loss journey. Now, if we haven't met before, I'm Maria and I'm a registered dietitian. And I have helped hundreds of people successfully lose weight using both psychology and science. Because let's be real, life is too short to spend it constantly on a diet. My goal is to help you reach your goals fast, both with or without medications, so you can get on with living your best life. So if you're tired of wasting time on diets that don't work, make sure to hit subscribe because I'm here to help you too. Now here's a statistic that should grab your attention. Research shows that when people lose weight on a GLP-1 medication, like Ozempic, more than 25% of that weight loss is not just fat, it's muscle, it's bone density, and other fat-free mass. So for every 20 pounds that you lose, 5 pounds could be coming from that muscle tissue that you so desperately want to hold on to. And as a registered dietitian who works with people who are using these medications, I can tell you that this is not just a cosmetic concern. Losing muscle whilst on weight loss medications, it affects your metabolism, your long-term weight maintenance, your strength, and even how your body manages blood sugar. Ironically, the very thing Ozempic was originally designed to help with. So why isn't anyone talking about this? Well, most people on these drugs are so thrilled with this rapid weight loss and the numbers on the scales dropping that they just don't realize what's happening to their body composition. They're focused on eating less and not necessarily eating right. And this is a very big weight loss mistake. So whether you have just started out on a weight loss medication or if you've been taking it for a number of months now, this information that I'm going to share is critical for your long-term success. Now, when you suddenly eat a lot less food, your body needs energy from somewhere. Think of it like this. Your body is like a car that needs fuel. And when food intake drops, your body looks for alternative fuel sources. Fat is one option, which is great, but muscle is another, which is not what we want. And without the right diet plan and strategy in place, your body will use both. Now, I have created a free weight loss medication diet plan with 5 days of meal plans, a grocery list, and other tips and tricks to help you. And I'll leave it linked down below. So please download that after watching this, as it has all of the main takeaways. And that will be a really good starting point for you. But if you want to support one-to-one with myself or a member of my team, I'll leave all of the details down below. And if you didn't know this already, working with a dietitian is often either fully or partially reimbursable from your health insurance. And we provide online dietitian consultations, so you can work with us from the comfort of your own home. Now again, losing muscle whilst on these medications, it's not just about whether or not you're going to look toned or not. It affects your whole body in several ways. The first is that your metabolism will slow down because muscle burns more calories than fat, even when you're just sitting on the couch. And this means that over time, if you're losing muscle, you're going to be burning fewer calories at rest. And what happens then is when you eventually stop taking these drugs, if that is something you wish to do, you will gain weight back faster and easier than ever before. And I have seen this happen to so many people, and it is extremely frustrating for them. And another consequence, and excuse the term, but you will look skinny fat. And that is the phrase where somebody typically looks thin, but they just don't have any muscle tone to them, and they're often described as looking a little bit flabby. The words online are Ozempic face even, or Ozempic muscle loss. And that's what happens when you lose weight without preserving muscle. And many people who lose weight quickly whilst on these medications and without the right nutrition plan in place, they will end up with a soft appearance rather than that toned look most people were hoping for. Now, another big consequence is that your health risks increase because muscle is not just about looks, it's for health. Muscle helps with controlling your blood sugar levels. Muscle supports your joints and prevents injury. Muscle keeps you strong and independent as you age. And for my older clients especially, maintaining muscle whilst losing weight on these medications is critical. And this one surprises people a lot. But Your heart, your lungs, these are all muscles too. Muscle loss isn't just about the muscles that you see on your physical body. And studies show that significant muscle loss can impact heart function, especially in people who already have heart problems. Now, the good news is though that we can prevent muscle loss whilst taking these medications. So here are the 4 essential strategies that I use with all of my clients. And the first one is optimizing your protein intake. Protein is the building block of muscle. And when you're on weight loss drugs, getting enough protein becomes even more important because general protein recommendations are not enough. Research shows that people who are losing weight need more. You need about 1.6 to 2 grams of protein per kg of body weight every day. If you use pounds, that's about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight per day. So for somebody weighing 180 pounds or 82 kg, that's approximately 100 to 160 grams of protein every day. But the challenge is that these weight loss medications reduce your appetite. So hitting these protein targets can become even tougher. Many of my clients struggle to eat enough food overall, let alone focus on protein. And the solution here is that you need to prioritize protein at every eating opportunity. All of your meals should be based around protein. And some practical ways to do this are breakfast in particular. You want to start off your day with something like eggs or Greek yogurt or a protein shake. You want to keep easy, high protein snacks on hand, like cottage cheese or protein bars. And I actually recently did a whole series on my Instagram of low calorie, high protein snack ideas. So I'd recommend going to check that out because a lot of people have found that really beneficial. But you could also do things like higher protein swaps. So instead of using rice, you could use quinoa. Instead of using almond milk, you could use dairy milk or soy milk. It's about getting smart and developing some practical strategies to help you. I recommend all of my clients to track their protein religiously for at least a week when they start, because most people are shocked to see how much they're actually consuming, especially if you're dealing with something like nausea or a really reduced appetite. Now, the next strategy is getting really smart with your meal timing and making sure that you're getting adequate calories, which may be surprising when we're talking about weight loss. But when you're on these medications, your body's hunger signals get all messed up. The normal signals or thoughts where, okay, I feel hungry now, or okay, I need to eat my lunch. These signals, these thoughts, these reminders that our body usually gives us, they may no longer arrive when we're taking these medications. You could go all day and then realize at the end of the day that you haven't eaten. And this is why so many people on these drugs end up accidentally under eating. And even if you're getting all of the protein intake, if you're doing all of that right, but if you're still just not in general eating enough, and it will use that protein for energy instead of using it to preserve your muscle. So you do need to be eating enough. Now, what is enough? Broadly speaking, for women, that is at least 1,200 to 1,500 calories every day. And for a man, it's roughly 1,500 to 1,800 calories a day. It's obviously going to differ a little bit from person to person, but you do need to be eating enough at a baseline. But the problem here is that sometimes if you wait until you feel hungry while on these drugs, it's just never going to come. You're never going to feel hungry. So you might need to develop a strategy around this. And the solution here is building in scheduled meal times and a consistent eating pattern. So even if you're not hungry at these times, you know that you need to sit down and have a small meal or a small snack. You want to think of it as feeding your muscles, maybe rather than as feeding your hunger. Because remember, when you're on Ozempic or another weight loss medication, you can't trust your hunger the way you used to. Your body still needs fuel, even if it's not asking for it. Now, for my clients who are really struggling with appetite, what I will recommend is to opt for liquid nutrition like protein shakes and smoothies. These are often easier to consume. But if that is all you consume, I'd really recommend reaching out and getting support from a dietitian, because that's not a good long-term strategy if all you can drink is liquids. You can also try having smaller, more frequent meals and setting an alarm on your phone to remind you to eat every 3 to 4 hours. Now, strategy number 3 is prioritizing nutrient density. When you can only eat a small amount of food, every bite needs to count. And this is where nutrient density becomes extremely important. And this is the amount of nutrients like vitamins and minerals per calorie in a food. So foods with high nutrient density, they give you the most nutritional bang for your buck. So you want to focus on nutrient-dense foods like oily fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, nuts and seeds, colourful vegetables, and berries for their rich antioxidants. But when your appetite is really reduced, you don't want to be filling up on foods that have more of the term empty calories, so we say, which just means you're getting calories, but you're not really getting much nutrition from them. You're not getting any vitamins or minerals or anything like that. And these are things like your really highly processed foods, your sugary foods, and your fizzy drinks. Now, this is the missing piece for so many people on weight loss medications. You need to strength train from day one, not next month, not when you've lost your first 5 pounds, and not when you've hit one of your other goals that you're hoping for. You need to start immediately. And this is a non-negotiable because resistance training, it sends your body a clear signal. And this signal is saying, please keep and hold onto this muscle. And without this signal, your body has no reason to hold and maintain that muscle tissue. And it's definitely not going to aim for muscle growth when your calories are restricted. But the good news is that you don't need to be doing like extreme bodybuilder workouts. Even simple at-home exercises can be really effective. This can be doing things like modified push-ups up against a wall, starting with bodyweight squats. You could use resistance bands, and you want to start small and build on it. So even if you can just do 2 sessions a week and build on that. And if you've never really exercised before, just start where you are. Maybe get a trainer or somebody else to come and help you. There's also lots of beginner-friendly strength routines on YouTube. But I will say do be careful because sometimes on these weight loss medications, many people can also experience dizziness and fatigue. So take it at your own pace and listen to your body. But I do really want to encourage you to start resistance training when you're on these medications. Now, one last thing that is often overlooked and something that many doctors don't mention when they're prescribing these drugs is that they can mess with your body's thirst signals too, not just your hunger signals. Plus, some common side effects like diarrhea, or if you have vomiting, all of these things can lead to dehydration. And hydration is important for feeling good, but it's also important for your muscle health. It's important for the process of building muscles and for transporting nutrients to your muscles. It can also help prevent cramping and support recovery from your exercise. So make sure you're keeping an eye on how much you're drinking as well. And it may mean that just like you might have to set an alarm or a reminder to eat your meals, that you may also need to set an alarm and have a reminder to drink some fluids. You also want to look out for signs of dehydration. Look at the colour of your urine. It should be a very pale colour. And if plain water is unappealing, try to flavour it with something like cucumbers or mint. But I work as a dietitian in Bermuda where it gets very warm in the summer, and we have had quite a few hospital admissions of tourists who are on weight loss medications, and simply they're admitted and we realise that it's just that they are dehydrated. And it happens so quickly that they don't even realise that. And you don't want to end up in hospital on your holidays. So to wrap up, to be successful on weight loss medications, you need to be preserving your muscle mass. You need to be eating enough and eating enough protein in particular. You need to be engaging in resistance exercise, and you need to be staying hydrated. These are all key strategies. Now, this can be a lot to figure out on your own. And this is where your healthcare team becomes crucial. So make sure to stay closely linked in with your doctor. And I strongly advise as well working with a dietitian. They will help be able to develop a nutrition plan specifically for your needs. And they'll be able to help you monitor your progress as you go. I'll leave the details if you'd like to book in with a member of my team down below. But if not, I also have that free guide that was a really good starting point to help. Now, if you enjoyed this video, YouTube also thinks you'll enjoy this one next. I'll leave it on the screen here somewhere. And I should also at this stage have quite a few other weight loss medication related videos on the channel, so make sure to check them out too. And I'd love to hear from you. What are you struggling with the most? Please comment below and tell me, because that means I'll be able to make more videos to better help you. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Stay happy and stay healthy, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.